Hey, Bobby, you know what's really creepy?
What, Lauren?
And that we might be going to this coming week?
What, Lauren?
I don't know how to say it.
Theme.
See, I would say amusement park.
A theme park.
An amusement park.
I
'Cause
don't know
You
what
are
I'd say.
amused there.
I'm usually amused, but also I like a good theme. So I like parks with themes and parks with amusement.
We were sitting here trying to decide what to title this podcast because I like to say amusement parks and Bobby likes to say theme parks. And so we looked it up. Do you want to tell people that there is a difference between a theme park and an amusement park?
First off, the definition wise, which you could
just in case nobody is aware what
we know
an amusement or a theme
we
park
know you
is.
come here to get very good definitions about things, and
You come here for research.
yes. So the first
The audience.
The first thing, amusement park is a park that features various attractions such as rides and games, as well as other events for entertainment purposes.
You're amused.
You're amused there. A theme park, on the other hand,
okay.
is a type of amusement park
Oh, so
it's
an
a
amusement
type.
park is the main term.
that
So I'm not
bases its
crazy.
structures and attractions around a central theme, often featuring multiple areas with different themes, like Islands of Adventure. You're going to have an adventure in the various theme parks.
How was
there?
your first example not Disney World?
Because when I thought of themes, I thought like Islands of Adventure has like Harry Potter World, like Marvel World,
Oh, I just
Dinosaur,
thought of Disney
Jurassic
immediately.
Park. What's Disney? Disney's just Disney.
Disney's Mickey. Disney movies. What do you mean?
Yeah. Disney's Mickey. What is
Disney?
What is Disney? I have never heard of this before.
What is Disney? I want to freak somebody out so bad someday. And
What's
just,
Disney? What do
If
you
they
mean?
bring up something that like everybody should know, like Disney, they're talking
Yeah.
about, oh, we
we're
went
going
to Disney World.
Yeah. What's that?
What's that? They're like, Disney, have you never been to Disney World? Be like, no, what is it?
I've
And
never
they're
heard of it.
describing, they're like, like with Mickey, and be like, who's Mickey? Just keep going until they go crazy.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff I like to do in my day.
And you just be like, oh, like Pixar.
What?
Get it? They're like, oh, like Pixar when you're talking and you're
Oh, like
pretend
as in
argument.
you know what-
Oh, I like Pixar, not Disney. Get it? Going over your head right now?
yeah.
Oh well. In your fake
In your fake argument.
argument, you can be like, when they're like, oh, you don't know what Disney is? You can be, or
like pretending you think Disney is Pixar?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
But anyway, for the sake of this podcast, I also looked up the SEO of do people search amusement park more or
Do you think
theme park?
50% of people know what SEO means? Because I don't think so.
Sorry, search engine optimization. It is how you decide how to title your content.
Or just things
Or
like
topics.
advertisement. They use it a lot for advertisement.
Yes, but it's mainly how do you get your content in front of the people that want to see it?
Correct. What are people searching for?
What are people searching
What
for?
word?
Like, so
Amusement
are
or
people
theme?
searching for amusement park or are they searching for theme park more?
Well-
And the answer shocked me.
Regardless, it's amusement, even though it's not.
Yeah. Well, theme park is searched substantially more,
Yeah.
like way more than amusement park.
You know why? Because it's a shorter word.
Probably.
And
So
amusement's a little
the
tricky to
title-
spell. I mean, I can definitely spell it.
that
but-
was my long-winded segment into the title of this podcast is going to be Theme Parks Are Creepy
Oh, they are creepy.
instead of because originally I had written down amusement parks.
When you first told me about this idea, I had an idea. Well, like one thing came to mind right away.
You told me about an idea and then I had an idea.
I had one too. You gave me an idea. No, it was when you said theme parks or amusement parks, whatever word you said. I think it was amusement. I thought of going to like the Halloween events that they have, like Six Flags and stuff.
I've never gotten to go.
I went once when I was young. And it was cool.
I want to go to the Disney one.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm sure they're very thematically.
I want to go to a
awesome.
Christmas Disney. I want to go to a Halloween Disney.
You sound like a Disney adult. Did you? You
I know,
know
and
like
I-
Disney's creepy.
But like if somebody was like, would you want to go to Disney? I'm just like, only for the special things, not in general. I've been there too much now. Some of the things I thought about immediately, I realized were water park related. So I'm
Oh.
going to say up front, we're not discussing water parks. That will be a separate podcast.
Separate one. Nice.
We'll save that for the summer
yeah.
because a lot of people will be going to water parks.
Oh, everyone goes.
Not me. Water parks are extremely creepy. That'll also be an easy one for me to talk about.
Okay.
The pee water.
There's no pee.
Oh yeah, there's
They
no
have
pee.
special water that eats
Yeah.
the pee.
Okay. there's animals that live in the water.
Yeah,
that just
amoebas.
Take
Pee
the
amoebas.
Pee amoebas.
Yeah. That's what people put in their pool.
Yeah.
That's
But
why you
so,
can pee in pools.
so we're not gonna touch up. But it's funny that the
Have
first.
do you pee in the water park? Have you ever done it? Ooh.
Why are you putting me on the spot?
I've never done it. When I was young,
You've never done
when
it.
I was young,
Even as a kid.
when I was young, I'm sure I did. But as like
yeah,
a more,
I don't do it now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, I do.
But I think people
come
do.
real close
No, I'm
to
saying,
you.
I think more people do. Like more adults.
Do you pee in like the river?
Yes, absolutely.
Why? What's the difference?
Because it's first off, it's gross, so it doesn't. Oh, it's not gross,
But the
but
river's gross.
it's gonna get.
So is the water park.
Yes, but-
the water park's grosser
But it's
than the river.
but the river is a constant flow of
You're
fresh
like
water.
fish are peeing in there.
Yeah, fish are peeing and pooping in there. You don't drink the river water.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't do it now, but definitely as a child, I was probably like, I'm not getting up and
Yeah,
losing out
definitely.
precious time to go to the bathroom.
good little sidetrack there.
Because I was also terrified because they told us at one point that
They
if
could
you
see
peed in the
it,
water,
yeah.
this is all stuff we have to
All right,
save
yep,
for the water
stop
park
it.
one.
Stop. Enough. Cut me off.
We're gonna lose.
As I said, it's a good
lose
sidetrack.
topics.
Good sidetrack.
But anyway, if people are like, "Oh, what about this?" No, it's a water park with it.
So you thought about water parks.
I
Got it.
immediately thought of all the creepy water park things I had heard, and then was like, "Oh, that's not."
I just thought of a small theme park that I went to that was kind of creepy.
what
Wild West City we had.
Wild West.
It was like
City?
a small like Western themed park, and they had little train ride, and you would get like robbed on the train.
That sounds fun.
It was I loved getting my stuff stolen. But you could like bring like that was when you could still have like cap guns and like fake guns before that was.
I feel like I've been
outlawed.
on that as well.
Yeah,
as
I'm
a
sure they
child.
have other Wild West things.
I think I vividly. I have to ask my mom, or she probably knows while she's listening to this podcast, like she usually does.
about getting robbed.
No, but we were like on a train. No, I don't think it was themed. I think they just told us, "Hey, we're going through an area where like Native American tribes are known to be, and that they could possibly like attack the train."
And this is a real thing.
Yes.
What train were you on? Like an amusement
I
park?
don't know if it was real or not,
This
but
sounds-
as a child, I thought it was real, and I was very scared because they were
Okay.
telling me that they have.
Did you
like,
get
air-
attacked?
No,
Oh.
but I literally was like looking out the window. The
I'm
whole
sure you
time.
were. And dead bodies in the water.
It's like dead bodies in the water. No, I was just picturing like Native Americans with like bows and arrows and stuff because that's what they told us. They were like, we have to be, the windows have to stay closed because of the bow and arrows.
Wow.
I'm now thinking about this and I'm like, there's no way this is real.
I don't think that.
There's no way we were
I mean,
riding
there's
through
no-
America and there's just,
I don't think there's like active Native American.
That's what I mean. I
reservations
feel
where
like
they're
most-
attacking a theme park attraction ride for real. That wouldn't be happening.
I don't think
Mine
it
was staged.
I don't know if it was a theme
And
park
anyway,
ride.
like I was
think
saying,
just using
We were
a
getting
train.
robbed as part of the script, and the theme was. And I remember having like a cap gun and like getting ready to draw, and the guy was like, "You better not draw that gun, there, young fella."
Yeah, I definitely haven't gone on that one.
Shot me because I went for it.
I hope my mom remembers this.
Draw.
If she doesn't remember it, I'm gonna be like, who brought me on this train that made me like terrified we were gonna get? And where was this in America? that
Maybe
they
this is
were
a
telling
past
you
life
this?
of yours where you were.
I don't know. I'm very
Well, this is creepy. Let's just
confused.
discuss this the whole time.
yeah, trains
Tell me
are
more. Let's call your
creepy.
mom and figure out. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, we did almost get
We went-
overtaken by Native American tribes.
we went
Like,
back in
what?
time.
I mean, it's kind of nice if there's a Native American tribe that the US government didn't like try to infiltrate. That's kind of a
Infiltrate?
nice thought. Take over. I don't
Yeah.
know what's nice. Leave them be.
Yeah. Well, I know there's yes, yes.
It had to have been fake. I'm like freaking myself
Yeah.
out now.
Probably just some. You were probably just at like a Six Flags, and they're like, "Watch
If
out."
it wasn't fake, that was kind of racist. They're like, hey,
Maybe it was just
this
like,
is where Native
it
Americans
was-
are. They might get you.
so. It was like a worker. You remember saying this to you?
Yes, like the people on the train.
Maybe they were just messing with you.
I know, but it's kind of racist. No?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's besides the point. It's just
Let's scare the kids, make them fear Native Americans. Jesus. Anyway,
anyway.
Watch my mom be like, I have no idea.
What are you
she's
talking about, Lauren? No.
Maybe I just had a very overactive imagination.
You think so?
No, somebody definitely told me that because there would be no way I would
Text
get on
your
a train
mom
and
real
just
quick.
think, no, because
Okay.
she's busy.
She's busy.
She's busy.
But this is very important. You must know if this is
On
real
a
or
future
not.
podcast, we'll talk about trains are creepy, and we can
Okay.
come
They are
back
creepy.
come back to this.
I fell asleep on one and missed my stop once.
Anyway, theme parks.
Thematic. Parks of
Um,
themes.
I mean,
Amusement.
I was trying to think of like the main ones. There's like Six Flags, Disney,
Yep.
Islands of Adventure, and Universal Studios.
What am I thinking? Great Adventure. There's a bunch. There's a whole bunch of parks.
I know, but I feel like I haven't been to that.
Oh,
Oh, Hershey.
You're talking
duh.
parks you've been to.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Or that I just know of.
You know what was probably the creepiest theme park we ever did was when we did that studio tour and the plane crash that we talked about before.
Oh my God.
Talk about creepy.
I was having serious trauma happening.
Yeah, that
in
was
the-
very creepy. We were in.
Did we talk about this?
I believe we
I
talked
think
about
we talked
it in another
about it.
podcast. We were in California. We went to
Universal Studios.
Universal and we did the back lot.
But yeah, the cool thing about Universal, if you go not to the Florida one, to the California one, they actually film movies there. So all the lots are there, but people are working. It's funny because people are like getting coffee and like walking to their jobs, and then you just see this like trolley
Yeah.
come.
Over
and
here
then
is where we
eventually there's
recorded
like
Fast and Furious 4.
Yeah. And then eventually like we get to a spot and they like stage, I don't know, like the Psycho movies or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they just have like attractions, themes.
Yeah, it's like half attraction, half showing you things, but they showed us a manufactured plane crash in like a town.
like a set.
Yeah, but it was true to size.
It was
So it looked like
very
you were
creepy.
looked like you were looking at a real
They are
plane
creepy.
crash.
Theme parks are creepy. They're trying to scare you most of the time. Most rides are trying to scare you. Right?
Are those the stories you have today? Am I not going to want to go
Excuse
on
me?
like,
Oh.
bad
No,
ride
I'm just saying
stories?
in general, most theme park rides
They don't
are
want to
trying
scare you
to-
out. They want to give you adrenaline.
adrenaline. They don't want to give you they want to like they're creepy.
They want to make you feel like you're like,
I mean, there's little, I was just gonna say it's a small world, but that's one of the creepiest.
that's still creepy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to not be, but it is.
All rides are creepy. They're all weird. They're all just little imagination
It's like,
adventures.
oh, I thought of another one. The American Dream Mall. It's a theme park because it's Nickelodeon themed.
Yeah. It is.
That was a cool one. That was
Very
cooler than
cool.
I anticipated.
It's
'cause
creepy
it's an
being
indoor-
inside, and
Yes,
you're,
it's
like,
very creepy. being
Flying up
inside.
towards the roof, and you're like, I'm gonna hit it, and then you're like, nope, I'm not. Okay, good.
Yeah, like I feel like if you were to be launched off of some sort of ride,
Okay.
if you were outdoors, maybe you'd have a chance. But I feel like if you're launched off a ride indoors,
What's you mean like launched into the air?
yes, you don't have a chance when you're inside. You're slamming into something.
I don't think you get much of a chance.
I feel
either
like
way.
that's why it makes me more freaked out.
Yeah.
And also, your brain thinks you're about to hit a
Yeah, because there's
metal
something
bar
much.
like
When
every.
all you have is the sky. You're like, oh, I'm good. I'm not going up
I'm
there.
good.
I'm not going up there.
Yeah, I feel like as I've gotten older, I've gotten more scared of rides.
Yeah, theme parks and
I used to have no fear with rides. I was like,
amusement
this is
parks
safe.
are just trying to scare you and make you think you're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's pretty creepy. That's all we're going there for. Sense of wonder.
When you buy
and
a
death.
ticket, I don't even know if you buy a ticket
I'm
and
sure
like
there's-
you die or get hurt horribly
Yeah.
at a theme park, are they liable? I feel like
I'm sure there's
unless
some
they could
sort of.
prove that they were negligent. Like, what if it was just like a out of our hands? I don't know if that would ever
Yeah,
be
I don't
an
know.
out of our hands situation. I feel like it's always going to be
Something
somebody.
for the lawyers.
Something for the lawyers. Send that to the lawyers. Keep the ride running.
We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure it out later.
It's not what I was meaning, but okay.
Oh, what were you meaning?
It's just like I don't know the answer to your question. Ask the lawyers.
Oh,
Not
I
the.
thought you meant the theme park was just like, talk to our
Whatever.
lawyers.
We have lawyers.
Somebody died. All right. Well, we have lawyers. It's
It's like what was the simulator game called?
Roller Coaster
Roller
Tycoon.
Coaster
Oh, I
Tycoon.
used to love that game. I still not used to. I love that game.
It's a great game.
Every now and then I have the old original one on my. They make it for like mobile devices now, so I have it on my phone every now and then.
It's cool. Yeah, but I mean, you're just
But you would like build half roller coasters
Torture
and then just
people.
be like, yeah, just be like, oh, well, it's open.
It's open.
I don't know.
37 people have died. Whoops. We'll see what the lawyers say. So your
I'm
ride
getting
was half
sued.
built and was launching.
People don't want to come to my theme park anymore. I'll make it $1. And then people will be like, all right, for $1, I'll go.
It's got to be worth it for $1.
Or
Top quality.
I'd make the fee to get in like $0, and then all the rides were like $1,000.
What?
Which is kind of nice. You could like go into it, which
That's
actually,
a freemium. That's like a freemium game.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's
it was
that's
freemium
what
before
the
freemium
mall is.
existed. Yeah, I was gonna say, fun fact for anybody who's going to American Dream, the Nickelodeon park. We learned after we went there that you don't need a ticket to like get into the area. It's
You just
only
need a
if
pass
you need
to ride the rides.
Yeah, it's only if you want to ride the rides. So if you have, I don't know, somebody coming that's like, I don't want to go on any of the rides, they can go for free and just walk
Yeah,
around
just
with
sit
you,
around.
which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
I
cool.
like that model better.
Yeah. You can still
Yeah, you
be
can either-
amused, but you don't have to be themed.
Yeah. Well, it makes
Yeah.
more sense. Like we went with the grandparents,
Yeah.
and grandparents don't want to do the crazy rides anymore, which I totally get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting there.
I get dizzy now.
I used to
and
not.
I didn't know that was a thing until I talked to another when I went. So the first time I ever went was what's it called? For Make-A-Wish. Shout out Brody. He was awesome and his family, and I got to go on every single ride with them. But Brody, because they're younger kids,
Yeah.
went on everything. And I was like, I tried my best, and he was trying to get me to go on one ride. I was like, Brody, if I go on this ride with you, I'm going to throw up. I was like, and it's not going to be a good day for any of us. But I used to be so good. I used to be able to go on like roller coaster.
Yeah, same.
And I tried to do that with him, and I was dying.
It sucks getting old.
I got dizzy. And then I talked to one of the other, like the Make-A-Wish people there, and she was like, oh, she's like, did that happen after you had your daughter? And I was like, maybe. And she's like, yeah, after I had kids, rides just made me so dizzy. I'm like,
Yeah.
why though? What happened?
Because they took part of your body. Your
what
body
happened
was
to my
just
body?
sucked of energy.
Yeah.
Life.
Another thing I can blame Melanie. We'll go to
can't
a
enjoy-
theme park. I'll be like,
Mommy can't
be
go.
like, are you enjoying all those rides? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
You're welcome.
I can't anymore. Oh my God. What's your favorite?
I was just thinking that.
theme
Probably
amusement
Islands of
park?
Adventure. I've always
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I think same. I
And
think same.
we
Would
had
you count Harry Potter toward that, or is Harry Potter its
Yeah.
own thing?
no, it's part of it. It's themed in the greater amusement park.
Yes. Well, because I always get confused because half of it's Universal and half of it's Islands of Adventure, and then Harry Potter's like in the middle.
Yeah.
You have to go through Harry Potter to
Yeah.
get to
That's
the
just
other
that whole. I mean, it's catered a little bit more towards like adults. Not more. No, it's not catered more towards adults, but it
like an older demographic.
yeah,
Not
but younger
children.
as well.
Like, I think I'll like Disney, like we've talked about in our Disney podcast. I think I'll like Disney going with Melody.
Yeah,
But if it was up to us, if we were like, what,
we'd go to Epcot. And
we
drink
have to
around the
pick an
world.
amusement park, which one?
Epcot. That's the best theme park.
It is pretty good for adults.
Yeah, it's so funny how when
You
you're a
just get to
kid,
eat.
you're like, I hate Epcot. Epcot sucks, and then you become an adult, you're like, I love it.
I love
Let's
it. I mean,
go.
it's getting better for kids. I
Yeah.
think.
Soren, right? That's
Or
the name.
didn't Tron go in?
Yeah,
Isn't
there's a Tron.
in there
I
now?
heard it's cool. Tron ride.
But yeah, for kid, it's probably not. It's like history. It's like or geography. It's like,
Yeah.
ooh, check out these. They learn about the presidents. It's like kids don't want to do that for their theme park.
Yeah, I guess what's cool about like amusement theme parks is they can be,
Meanwhile, the adults are just drinking at
Yeah.
every country, and they're like,
go look at the
stuff.
architecture. Don't you like Morocco?
This is mommy and daddy's day, okay?
Go look at the water. There
Yeah,
might be a boat out there.
I agree. That whole area, Universal, Island of Adventure, Harry Potter.
I just had such a good time when I was younger there because we went there like a year or two after it opened. It was just exciting. The Doctor Doom Death Drop was awesome. Me and my dad kept going on it because there was no lines. We just would walk off and walk on. We did it like, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me correct, like 10 times.
Oh my God.
It's awesome.
I have a sad story with that ride. I don't know if I
I feel
should
like
share
you've
it.
told me.
That I told you with this ride.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't want to bring the podcast down.
Then let's not.
Listen.
Unless you want to.
I mean, this is the only podcast that's
Yeah.
the story's gonna fit in.
Go ahead. I'm
Okay,
pretty
so-
sure you've told me that.
So for one of my because when my dad was diagnosed with cancer,
Yes.
is this ringing a bell?
Yes.
His
No,
stories?
I'm just remembering. I don't remember the exact.
One of his last trips he wanted to take with us was to go to Universal. I think we went to Disney too, but we stayed at a Universal hotel. And we like made a whole big weekend. That was like the last trip we took with him. And because he was like in a wheelchair and stuff at the time, we got, I guess, special treatment. Obviously, like, like when you'll be like waiting for a ride and they'll come in with usually somebody with a wheelchair or like special needs people. And what's it called? So we were like with that group. So we got to go on every ride immediately and we got to sit in the front if we wanted. And we kept like feeling bad about it. My dad like, don't feel bad. He's like, use me. like that was the type of guy he was. Like, we're just like, he didn't even want to go on the rides, but he would like go through with us so that we got to go to the front. I mean, at the same time, it's probably like those poor children, their father has cancer, is dying of cancer. So I get it.
Small little break of happiness and joy.
You gotta look for the silver linings,
during
I guess.
a terrible time.
But anyway, all I remember is we were like, oh my God, this is gonna make me cry. Because now I'm thinking about it. It was like at the end of us being there. So I don't know if he just like didn't want to leave because it was like the end of the trip.
Yeah.
And there was this like, what's it called? The Dr. Doom ride. And I did not want to go on it, but he really wanted to go on it. I don't know why. I think he thought I wanted to go on it and nobody else wanted, because my sister was pregnant. She couldn't go on it. Ryan was too little.
Yeah.
My mom was not going on it. So I was like, finally I was like, fine, I will go with you.
Yeah.
And we went there and we went to go sit in the rides and he couldn't fit in the ride because he was too big. Especially like because of the cancer treatments make you very like bloated and stuff. Ugh. Yeah, that's a bad memory for me. And then I was like, don't worry. Because then you felt bad. I'm like, listen, I didn't even want to go on this ride. Don't feel
I'm
bad.
doing it for
I
you.
was doing it for you. Like, don't put this on your plate. What the heck? So every time I see that ride, I'm like, I still have never been on it. I will never go on it. That will be my gift.
All right.
My very morbid gift to him.
Oh my goodness.
I will not go on it because I was only going to go on it with him.
I did that type of ride at the American Dream. And like, when you get older and I guess when you have kids, just things are more intense. I did it with Dawson, I think. Or Landon or Dawson. One of them. And I was just
I did it.
Oh God, this thing. I was like,
I did it with you. I was with you
It felt
guys.
fine.
Yeah. I was either with you or
it was more
so
just like the scariness of it, falling, dyingness.
I think there's more to lose now that we have a kid. We're like, it's more like the senselessness of it. It's like, if I die doing this, like, what was the point?
Yeah.
Why? I didn't really need to go on this ride.
Seconds of adrenaline and rush and fun.
Yeah. For seconds, yeah.
Seconds, not even minutes. Seconds of your life.
Anyway, back to happier stuff. Yeah, Universal and Islands of Adventure and Harry Potter. I think 2 times we did all 3 in the same day.
Damn.
I think twice. Like, because we did it with the VIP.
I was just going to say, we did that when I got sick.
Was that Lizzie?
Yeah, it was Lizzie.
Yeah. I was like, shout out to Lizzie,
that was
LD
awesome.
Shadow Lady, for inviting. This was a long time ago.
It was Yami's wedding.
Yeah, it was Yami's wedding.
Yami and Kyle's wedding.
Yeah. And Lizzie, because she was the biggest channel at the time, like by a long shot with all of us.
She got it through the network.
She got VIP, through the network.
It wasn't through Black Dot, was it? No, it was.
No,
what was the name?
It was Polaris.
Polaris. I knew it was like a name. They're no longer.
I say, speak of the devil. Yami just texted me.
That really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But what's it called? Yeah, we got to do VIP with like Yami and us there, and that was the coolest.
It was so cool.
I remember being like, I was like, I can't believe that like they invited me. This is so cool. And Lizzie was getting stopped, no joke, like every single ride. So she needed it.
Yeah.
The main thing was she got like a security person.
Yeah, it gets you security, but also like you get to go around all the like secret ways of the park.
Yeah.
You get to go around like the back ends.
Yeah. My goal is to do that again someday.
Just so you don't have to go through the crowd of people where you're going to get like stopped. And
yeah. I don't think, what's sad is I don't think they do it anymore for YouTubers. They're probably like, too many of you are asking. There's too many of you now.
Yeah.
So I think you just have to, if you want it, you have to pay. But yeah, we did not. We got lucky and did not because they thought Lizzie was a security threat from people like wanting to see her. But yeah, that was super fun. That was one of the best like theme park experiences I've had, where like we had like the nicest host guy that was showing us around. We got
And
to
he
see
got
the
to tell, he
back
told you about
end.
like the little things about each ride and the
Yeah.
park. He was constantly telling you stuff, which was cool.
We got like meals.
Yeah, we had
like
the
special
separate
place
area
meals
for lunches. And he held all your bags and stuff. I remember.
I know. I felt so bad. I was like, "Don't do that. You
Yeah.
don't have to hold our bags." And
Nope,
then
that's what I'm here for.
and then eventually, like his time is up, and then he leaves. But then you have tickets to do whatever
His
you want.
time
for the
is
rest of
up
it. His
and he
time is he
vanishes.
vanishes like a magical helper.
Well, he's like Mr. Meeseeks.
Well, our time we had a wonderful time together, but
I must leave you now.
I must leave you now. And then we're like, oh my God, he's from Harry Potter.
He's a wizard.
It's real.
He's a wizard.
And he chooses to do this. Oh my God. Well, now there's like Star Wars World, which you haven't been to, right?
Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
I kept saying we keep calling it Star Wars World.
Oh wait, should I tell that story?
Yes, please. I don't know if we've told it before, but
I don't
tell
think
it
we
again.
have in the podcast.
So funny.
You haven't been there yet though, right?
No, well, and I think we're going when I go in August.
Oh, good. You should.
I think we are.
Good.
I could be wrong. Whatever.
I hope you do. Go
Me
by
too.
yourself.
Maybe.
Go by yourself even.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stay an extra day and just go there.
So yeah, there you go. So it's really cool. So I've only been to the California one. I have not been to the Florida one yet. So we'll
Mhm.
get to experience that together. But I had to go to Disney, I got to go to Disney for D23, which was like a Disney convention to work an app game release as like a sponsorship deal, which was really fun.
Well, this was like 2 years ago, so I don't think it was D23. Isn't
No, it
it?
was called D23.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it goes by the year.
No.
Okay.
I don't know why it's called 23, but it is. And what's it called? You lost my track. No, it wasn't 2 years ago. It was before Melody. It was before the pandemic. It was
Yeah.
like 2019.
Okay, sorry.
So Bobby, for some reason, couldn't go. I don't
Because
know.
I had to watch Dexter.
Yeah, I think his parents were gone
Yeah.
and nobody could watch Dexter. So I asked my mom to come with me. I was like, listen, like I get a +1 to go. You haven't been to California in I don't even know how long. Do you want to come with me? So I'm not like, so we can like go to Disney together and I'm not alone. So that was a super fun experience with my mom. But the theme park part of the story is that the first day or after rehearsals, we had one free day to like go do whatever we wanted. And people were telling us we have to go to the cantina. I think it's called the cantina.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
that's the name of it in Star Wars.
Yeah.
but-
In Star Wars, there's like a place called the cantina that's styled after the cantina in the Star Wars movies where like Han Solo and stuff.
It's like a bar.
Yeah. It's like a fake alien bar.
Yeah.
So when you go there, there's like the alien DJ. There's like fake aliens sitting at some of the booths, and then there's regular people sitting in the rest of the booths.
It's a bar.
But yes, but you had to like sign up the night before. I was literally like refreshing.
Could you only be in there for a certain amount of time?
I believe so. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
I think like an hour. It
Can
was like a
you-
decent amount of time.
Can you just book it
There was
all
no
day?
food. It was just drinks.
Can you just book it all day and get wasted there?
No, I think there was like a limit. I think there was a drink limit. Maybe it was 2 drinks per person.
You just go and bring a bunch of costumes and you keep changing. That's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, I think you could also wait in the line and see if somebody doesn't show up for the reservation and then they'll let you in.
Cool.
But we got lucky and I got a spot. Anyway, we get there and it's a really cool place. Like I highly suggest, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, like it was super, super cool. And we get these drinks. They have special drinks that have foam at the top that people told us to get that basically numbs your face, which sounds terrible, but it was actually kind of fun. But anyway, there's a drink. My mom's like, I was telling Bobby, I'm texting Bobby. I was like, oh, we got a reservation at the cantina. Star Wars Land is really cool. And Bobby's
Galaxy's
like,
Edge. It's called Galaxy's Edge.
and perfect example, Bobby was like, oh, I'm so jealous. I want to be there. He's like, this experience is wasted on both of you. Cause like, he's like a way bigger Star Wars fan than we are. So wholeheartedly agree. It was definitely wasted on my mom and I. I mean, we enjoyed ourselves, but we definitely didn't appreciate it to the level that like you would have.
A Star Wars fan.
A true Star Wars
I'm not a huge
fan.
Star Wars fan, but I'm definitely like an average.
I like it, but
You're a below average Star Wars fan.
I've watched the movies.
Yeah.
I chose to go to the movies.
Did you play
to
any of
go
the, like
to
the video games?
No.
Okay. I'm not
No.
like a crazy Star Wars fan, but I definitely
It's
like
cool.
it.
Like I will watch the movies, but I won't like.
I know all the names and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know
all
all
that.
the people.
I don't know all that.
I know like the story. Anyway.
Anyway, a perfect example of this is we were ordering drinks and one of the drinks was called like a Jedi, I don't know, martini. Let's just pretend Jedi something. My mom's like, the lady comes over to take our order. She's just like, yeah, can I get a Jedi margarita or martini or whatever? And me and the waitress are both like, I have no idea what she just said. And we're like looking, and she's like, do you mean Jedi? My mom's like, oh yes, that drink. And she's like, I knew that word.
I'm sure she's
like,
heard it. And she probably knew it.
Yeah,
just
she once,
reading it, it's just
once
like
the lady said it back, she was probably like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel dumb.
Yeah.
But like, it's just the funniest that me and you were having a conversation of you being like, this experience
Yeah.
is wasted on both of you. I wish I was there.
and then you're like,
And then
yep.
I was like, yep. Like we're in, Galaxy's Edge in the special Star Wars bar that only like certain people can get reservations at if you try hard enough. And then we go to order. It was like, oh, it was like their first month of being open. That's
Really?
why it was so, and I got that special mug that you have now because I got it for you.
Where is it?
I don't know. Oh, I know where it is. It's like up above.
Oh, it's in
the
like our
ovens.
mug.
The mug area or
Yeah.
the special like drinking glass area.
Don't really use those much.
But yeah, that's my funny. I always tell that story. My mom's like, I knew what the word was. Like, I know you
Hey,
did,
I did
and
the
I know
same
you
thing.
watched Star Wars. It was
But
just,
I
it was just
drunk.
how ironic being in Galaxy's
Yeah.
Edge. And then the funniest was we had like a couple drinks in there, and they're like drinks. So then we like leave Galaxy Edge and go back
Galaxies.
into the like the.
The edge part.
Wait, we were still in Disney then because Disney owns, it wasn't Universal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
Disney.
we came back out and it's Disney, and the Disney, like the main Disney park doesn't allow alcohol at all. But we already had like two, and we were like, oh, let's just like keep this party going.
Oh.
So we went to like try to get lunch because they didn't serve food there. And every place we went, my mom was just like, you guys don't have alcohol. And the one lady was just like, ma'am, this is Disney. Disney.
You don't have any of those Jedi
Ma'am,
drinks?
this is Disneyland.
I want one of those Jedi drinks.
Yeah, we had a good time being at Disney.
Nice.
2 adults.
Yeah.
I had a couple
Um,
drinks.
What's the one? Tower of Terror. That's one of my favorite rides of all
Yeah,
time.
well, now it's not Tower of Terror.
Oh, it's the
It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
those jerks.
It's good though. You went?
No, I did.
you
It's
go?
cool. But yeah,
No, it's cool.
but that was
Everything's
awesome.
changing. The
Yeah, they got
Splash
updated.
Mountain is being changed, like the one with the rabbit, the big like Splash Mountain. Do you know what I'm talking about?
This isn't helping at all.
The drop, the like water drop, the
Okay.
big water drop ride. It has a rabbit. It's from like a really old cartoon. They're redoing that.
Okay. It sounds like
you
it's a
seem
good
very
idea.
upset by it.
Very.
So, like,
They still have
you
the
were
rock
very
and roller
attached by
coaster.
that. Oh god, I hate that one. I love Space Mountain is one of my favorites.
Space Mountain's cool.
I like being in one seat at a time while you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so yeah, I would say my favorite is like Universal that, but I also really like Hershey Park.
Hershey's really
We
cool.
haven't been in a while.
Yeah,
but I
we
feel like
got
the
to
last
go-
time I went, I
Remember
really
when we went
liked it.
early that one time? We got like through the whole park in like 2 hours.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going back this weekend or not.
See what
we'll
the
see what
weather
the
does.
weather looks
Mm.
like. But I always like going, having an excuse to get candy. They have really good food because everything's Hershey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my Six Flags. I'm not a big fan of.
The King to Ka. You ever do the King to
No.
Ka? Ooh, that's fun.
My friends tried to get me.
We
to
did
do
that.
it.
I think it was 8th grade. We did like an 8th grade trip there, my class, and yeah, it was awesome.
All I have vivid memories.
It's fun going to like theme parks with all of your friends, like at school, because everyone's just hyping each
Yeah.
other up, and you're just, if we all gotta go down, then we're all going down.
My last memories of going there is like a long time ago. I think when I was like 18. It was
Yeah.
for my birthday. We decided to go.
That's
like, a group
the
of
King
4
of
of
Ka's
us.
one that like shoots straight up and then you
Yes.
fall back down.
And I refused to go on that one. But my main memory of being there is just waiting in line. We
Yeah.
waited in lines forever.
That's the worst and creepiest thing about theme parks is waiting
All the
in
time.
damn lines. And that's why it's worth it if you can afford it
I mean,
to pay
it's-
for the fast passes and whatnot.
So it's better, I feel like, now because you have phones and whatnot.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you used to just have to stand
You just pull up there and you're like an hour and a half, 3 hours. It's like, oh no. And you just
And if you have
I
kids,
get what
like,
you mean. Yeah, when you have phones, you can distract yourself. And then
you have, I mean, it still sucks. You have to wait.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you at least can distract yourself with your phone. But back in the day before you had phones,
Game Boy.
what'd you do? Just
But
stare?
You never
oh,
brought
yeah.
your Game Boy. wouldn't bring your Game Boy to theme park.
I
unless
might
you're-
have.
Yeah, you might have.
I might have.
Might have done that.
Wait in lines. Ugh. Line waiting.
Yeah, for sure the creepiest and worst part.
Waiting in lines.
Yes.
It is kind of cool when they decorate it. Like Universal. Universal
That's
and
one of
Disney
the
does
like
a really good
building
job.
up the hype. When you
Yes.
get like worse when you're outside and you're like so far away.
Oh, and it's
you're, like,
hot.
It's
or
hot.
sunny.
And you're like barely, you're just like the like
Inching.
the path is like a little bit themed. But once you're inside like the building, if it's in a building, you start getting like little intros and stuff and little taste of what's to come.
But that's why I think Six Flags I hated so much, because there's no theming. It's because it's an amusement park.
Yeah.
It's no theming.
The
You
theme
just
is just
stand
the
in
ride.
line.
It's just come
the
ride.
theme is stand in this line and then sit on
Then
the ride.
get amused.
Actually, they did have one. My favorite ride there was the Superman, because you got to lay down.
Yes. Very
That was cool.
I like that one.
That was cool.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
I like being amused there.
And just for anybody interested, I don't think anybody cares. I like roller coasters, but I hate spinny rides.
Spinny?
Spinny rides.
Yeah, I don't like spinny. I used to
Hate
like.
'em.
We used to have. What would you call? So did you ever have like it wasn't the circus, but like you'd have like a little theme park or amusement park come to town.
Yeah, like a carnival.
But it wasn't a carnival. I guess it was.
It is a carnival.
Yeah.
If it's a traveling,
Are
like,
carnivals different? Now, is that a whole other topic?
I would say carnivals could be put together with a circus, because it's kind of like a. Carnivals freak me the hell out. I will
But they're
never
also-
go on a ride.
Yeah, well, that's just,
My mom scared me long ago with that, because she was
Yeah.
like, if a ride has to get taken down and put back up multiple times
It's just a lot of
in different
human
places, there's
for human
too
error.
much. Yeah, there's too much human
moving
error
parts and
possibilities.
stuff. Yeah, yeah. Because anyway, what I was gonna say is we used to have one a carnival that would come, and there was the like when the like spinning saucer, and you'd stick against the walls. it
Oh,
would
the
spin around.
Gravitron or whatever it's called?
Those were
No, I never did
And then the
that.
salt and pepper shaker thing that would just like.
Oh, I hate.
Yeah, I did that once.
Once
Same.
at a carnival, because
Same.
of my friends made me
Same.
do it, and I hated it.
I
the
think I
whole
hated it, but I
time.
was just like
I
trying.
hated it.
Was, yeah.
I've never done it.
But I
again.
could
And
never-
I almost threw up.
I
and
could
it
never.
ruined-
I was fine back in the day, but now I can't do it.
No, even as a kid, I almost threw up. It ruined
Yeah.
the whole rest of my car.
I did like the
My
Gravitron
car-
going upside down.
I've heard that one's good, but I was too nervous to go in because I thought I would get sick.
You just stick against the wall. You don't really notice the spinning. You do if you like stare at
Yeah,
the center,
no.
but if you're just like,
I think my Gravitron days are behind me.
I could still go for a Gravitron.
Yeah, any sort of, even like I used to love the bobsled ride.
Mm.
But even that like makes me
So,
kind of
like,
dizzy now.
Wait. Oh.
The one that goes around, you're like sitting in a bobsled and it goes faster and faster and faster. And
Oh,
faster.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
usually there's two people. Oh yeah, another funny story about that. My sister and I used to go, and my sister is 8 years older than me, and that was like our ride. Like that was, if we went to a theme park, we had to go on the bobsled ride because it was at every single one, like a carnival. It was at carnivals. It was what, and then we were like, all right, that's our ride because we both loved it, and nobody else in our family liked it. But I'll never forget because she's 8 years older than me, and as a child, I was like, oh, I'll go on. So there's two spots in the car. And as the momentum goes and goes and goes and goes, you obviously are going to start like, there's nothing in between you. So like one person is going to slide into the other person eventually and then like jam you up against the side of the car.
Oh, wait. No, I've seen.
Oh,
Okay.
you're watching a video.
And it spins?
Yes.
Okay,
It doesn't
sorry.
spin. It goes forward, but in a circle. There you go.
Like this.
It moves, yes. It moves forward in a circle, around and around and around.
I
and
gotcha.
around. That one, no, the ones that we went in didn't dangle like that.
Not,
They
they
were
weren't
like-
danglers. All right.
were
Anyway,
danglers.
I get it.
You're
All right, so
moving
you're on the
forward
slide.
in a set thing.
She's 8
but
years
in
older than you.
She's 8 years older than me, and we made the mistake of me going on the inside of
Inside?
the car and her on the outside. So eventually the pressure from like going
From
so
gravity.
fast. Yeah.
The Gravitron will always
Just
get you.
like had her like crushing me into the side
Stop
and all the time. I
it!
was
Stop
like
the ride!
screaming. She's like laughing. And then from that day forward, I was like, I'm never
more
going on
flying
the
bobs.
inside. No, so I was like, you go in the inside every time. And still, I could probably handle it now because I'm bigger, but
You're funny.
I will never forget. I got traumatized. The flying,
Those
bob
flying
ride.
bobs.
I thought I was gonna get crushed.
You got
from the
yeah.
gravity.
You got bobbed, all right.
But yeah, that was our favorite ride. I don't know why. Of all the
I was like,
rides.
yeah, like the Dr. Doom death, like the ones that go up and down. I like the gut feeling. Of
I don't like that.
that weightlessness.
See, that
Whoa.
makes me sick now. I
That
don't know
doesn't make me
why.
sick.
I don't know why.
I like that. It's very
I
like,
like that.
whoa, holy shit, I'm not used to this.
This isn't normal.
I still love roller coasters.
Yeah, it's still my favorite.
When you're able to let go and just enjoy it and just be free.
I
and
love
flop
the roller
around.
coasters that shoot you. that shoot you.
Shoot you.
That shoot you right from the start.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk
Launch you?
does that. Yeah, they launch you right from the start. Like the
Yeah.
Hulk ride in Universal does that. I love, and the Hershey Park, like
You like a good launching.
launching.
It's your favorite type of movement. Launched.
I also
Launch
remember.
me.
Oh, there was in one of the rides at Six Flags. It was like people referred to it as like the penny dropper. Have you ever heard of that? Because you're
Heard.
falling faster than a penny would drop.
Oh.
So they
Why
used
do you
to
know these things so well?
I don't know. I have a good memory
Good for you.
of like cool, fun situations I did as a kid. But I remember like we went at Six Flags and we all had a penny in our hand. And then like when you did the drop, you're supposed to like hold your hand like this and you can watch the penny levitate because you're moving faster than the penny. And then eventually you hit the bottom of the penny. Just like, it's probably not the safest
No.
thing, but
Do they encourage you to do this or no?
there was lots of pennies on the ground. So I know we're not the only ones. I don't know if they still let you do that, but it was cool. I
Yeah.
forget what ride it's called.
As I typically do, I avoid the like disaster,
Like
Stories.
people getting decapitated
bad,
or
just like deadly death. I mean, a lot of this is about like ghost stuff.
every time somebody like I come across one of those videos on the internet that's like I see a theme park ride and they like slow it down and show like like you know what I'm talking about? Like when they're like anticipating something bad happening in the ride on a video
Okay.
on YouTube
Okay.
or not YouTube, just like when I'm
Oh,
scrolling Twitter or
yes,
something. I'm
yes.
like, like I can't. I just like try to scroll past it as fast as possible. It's like I don't want to see.
Yeah, no.
Why do people like watching this?
People like weird stuff. So I just found a couple interesting stories of creepy theme parks around the world.
Oh,
And then I have the world's 9 creepiest abandoned amusement parks. That was the other thing, was a lot of it was like a lot of the creepiness when I found like online was about abandoned.
I'm always confused
parks.
by that. Is it would it cost them less? Would it cost them more to take down everything and sell it than
I
it
don't
would
think you
to
can
leave
really
it?
Sell the
What do you mean,
stuff.
scraps and stuff?
Scraps.
Metal?
Come get some scraps.
Is it metal valuable?
It'll keep us in business.
Come get the scrap.
You gonna be a scrapper? All right, so these
Want your own roller coaster? Well, come take it piece by piece.
give it to you for 75% off. Come on, get it. We don't need it no more. It works. We think so.
We
Used
think
to work.
so.
We just can't afford it.
Oh my god.
So I got a couple from this list. I found 13 of the most haunted amusement park attractions from carouselofchaos.com.
Oh my god. I was just thinking that I was like, if I could buy my own amusement park, would I? And then I think about the South Park episode where Cartman bought his own amusement
Oh my
park, so he
God.
never had to have lines, but then
Yeah.
he slowly had to buy like
Get workers and then
get
you sit-
workers and then sell tickets to pay for the workers.
Mhm. Okay. So the first thing we have here is the historic Elitch Theater. The Grand Old Elitch Gardens is a park with rich history. It resided
Where is it?
in its original location in Northwest Denver from 1890 to
Oh.
1994.
Oh, could you imagine
Early 1900s.
the early 1900 rides?
I don't think they had very intense rides back
Okay.
then. But
Thank God.
you are being very themed. Before it moved to its current location in downtown Denver in 95. At its original location and the more beloved historic Elitch Theater, it still remains there. It opened with the park and became known as the cradle of American drama, having presented a wide variety of quality entertainment from vaudeville to film. Both the theater and the park were owned and operated by Mary Elitch until she was unable to, at which point 2 viewing boxes were permanently reserved for her. A reservation apparently continues on in death, and since the 1960s, performers at the historic Elitch Theater have reported seeing Mary Elitch sitting in one of her theater boxes. The spirit of a philanthropist who helped save the theater is said to be haunting it. Unexplainable sounds and voices are heard from time to time, and paranormal groups in the area say they've had great success catching activity at the site.
I'm confused. This is a theater that's in a theme park?
Yes.
Oh.
A lot of these are just like old parks
Okay.
with spooky ghost stories.
Yeah, I also told about it because there's a lot of Disney creepy stories about the rides. If you didn't listen to our Disney podcast, go back and listen to
Yeah,
that. 'Cause
so
we
I'm
talk
not-
about,
there's no,
we
like-
tried to make sure not to do the same
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah. The Serengeti Overlook in Busch Gardens, Tampa.
Busch
it
Gardens I've been
was
to.
originally known as Crown Colony House, which opened in 1964 as a Valentine's Day gift for the third wife of August Busch.
Oh,
It closed in 1982.
she was the special one.
Yeah, she was the good. She was the one. Third time's a charm. It closed in 1982 for refurbishment and didn't open until the 90s. It was when the restaurant opened in 1990 that the first of the paranormal activity began. Employees reported experiencing cold spots, phantom piano music, and apparitions. Apparitions. One spirit occasionally seen is that of a little girl. Sounds of children playing in the restaurant after hours isn't uncommon either. Another spirit seen is of a woman dressed in a white gown. Over the years, employees have detailed that the activity usually picks up around closing time when they're shutting down, and that that the fourth floor seems to be the most active. Numerous people have felt a presence following them around the floor, and temperature inexplicable.
Oh, you're struggling.
I'm
over
struggling
there.
reading today. It's because I'm reading off my
Because
phone.
you're doing it on your phone. You should have just went and got your laptop.
I was being lazy.
I
So I left
know.
my laptop upstairs. Temperatures drop, and anytime they press the elevator button to leave, so the temperature drops when they press the button. Orbs, moving trays, shadows, and cigar smoke are noted as some of the strange occurrences. So again, more ghosts.
But no reason? My pet peeve is when people are like, this building's haunted by the ghost of a little girl. I'm like, oh, did a little girl like die there? And then the thing's like, not that we know of. It's like, okay, so you're just making up this little girl. Like, it would make more sense if a
Yeah.
tragedy happened and then you're like, oh yeah, we see that that little girl all the time.
So I picked this one because of where we're going this weekend.
Oh, is Hershey Park haunted?
The Lighthouse. On July 13th, 1929, at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania, Milton Hershey opened a sprawling pool complex at his park that included a bathhouse, beach area, and lighthouse. The pools were closed in 71 and filled in, but the lighthouse remained, and with it, a few ghosts. Over the course of the 40 years, the pool complex operated, multiple drownings occurred and are
Oh
believed
God.
to be the source of the hauntings within the lighthouse.
See, there's a reason.
There's your reason.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm sorry. Apparition.
It's good. I'm glad people drown there so we have a
Oh my
reason to have
goodness.
ghosts. It
Appari-
sounded terrible. Good. There's a reason.
Apparitions of spirits wearing old-fashioned swimwear were spotted in and around the lighthouse up until 2019, when the structure was removed for the new Chocolate Town area.
Oh.
The kisses found underneath Candy Mountain is the site. Candymonium, not Candy Mountain.
Candymonium.
Candymonium
I don't know that one.
is the site where the lighthouse once stood for 90 years when the park was operating. So that's that one. This one's called The Racer.
The Racer?
Kings Island in Ohio. The Racer is the park's iconic white wooden roller coaster that runs the length of the Midway. I guess that's the park.
Mm-hmm.
The coaster debuted with the park in 1972 and is notable in pop culture for its appearance on the Brady Bunch. Amongst coaster enthusiasts, it's cited as sparking the second golden age of roller coasters.
Wow.
It is said that
I didn't know there was a first.
It is said that at one point the Racer used cars from the old Coney Island Shooting Star, a nearby roller coaster that closed in 1971. The Shooting Star reportedly had a boy fall from the ride who's thought to be haunting the cars and the Racer.
Oh,
Dubbed the Racer Boy, a little boy wearing all white is said to be seen around the Racer. He usually appears just before sunset or right after dark, walking along the ride tracks or inside the tunnels. He spurred a few guest reports to employees about a child on the Racer's tracks.
Interesting.
I think this is at the same park. Also at
Oh God.
this is titled The Entry Plaza. Also at Kings Island in Ohio. So this is Kings Island in Ohio is pretty creepy. The spirit of a little girl with blonde hair is in 19th century and in a 19th century blue dress is one of the most commonly seen by employees and guests. There is a cemetery in Kings Island dating back to the 1800s, and that is believed to be where she comes from at night. Referred to as the Tram Girl, she is seen often running in front of trams in the parking lot, causing drivers to brake abruptly before she would disappear into thin air.
Sea trains are creepy.
Mhm.
Gotta do
Less
an episode.
frequently, she is spotted roaming the parking lot, front gate, and admission area, and the restaurants on International Street. All accounts of her sightings have maintained that she's a friendly thing. So she's Casper.
Friendly thing.
Not threatening or scary, and that she's just kind of there. I like that part.
Kind of just an annoying.
When I was reading
little,
that, when I read that, I laughed.
she's just kind of there.
She's just kind of there. It's a ghost. That's fine.
That would be me as a ghost.
Yeah. Just kind of there.
She's kind of there.
Just walking
she
around.
doesn't really do much. She's just there.
And I like this part. Some have speculated that her name is Missouri Jane, but this report is unconfirmed.
The ghost didn't confirm
She-
the report.
yep.
I need to know. Need to know the name.
So those are some of the stories from that one. And then now I have the 9 creepiest abandoned amusement parks from alltherooms.com, which was from 2019. So I don't know if there's any new creepy ones, but the first one on the list is Six Flags in New Orleans.
There's a Six Flags in New Orleans?
Not anymore,
What?
Lauren. It fell out of business following serious damage from Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The park opened in 2000 and was only operating for a few years before suffering significant damage during the hurricane. The park closed after Hurricane Katrina, and there wasn't enough funding for repairs, so it fell into further decay over the last few years. To this day, there's still an eerie sign at the entrance of the park that says "Closed for the storm." It's an apocalyptic site which has been taken advantage of by Hollywood and used for films such as Jurassic World and
Oh.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Hmm.
Next, we have Nara Dreamland in Nara, Japan. Nara Dreamland is one of the most photographed abandoned theme parks in the world. The park was built in the 1960s and deserted in 2006 due to low visitor numbers. It was constructed in a style that was inspired by Disneyland in California and features a contrast of brightly colored fairy tale rides and roller coasters that are now rotting. Everything has
Rotting.
been rotting. It's rotting. It's all rotting. I wanted to emphasize rotting there.
Yeah,
to get you back.
you did. You did a good job.
Everything has been left as it was on the park's last day, and there are even still chairs in the coffee shops. So you can't even scrap chairs, Lauren.
I know.
No one wants
I'm
them.
just so confused why everything
Go get
just
it.
gets left.
Just go take it all and
Seems
open
like
up
such a waste.
Lauren Park, where it's all just
Lauren
old.
Park.
abandoned
It's just old
stuff.
rides you can't ride. I'm gonna do it.
The story for this one's kind of whatever, but I'll just say Disney's River Country Bay Lake in Bay Lake, Florida. I think this is the one we
Oh,
talked
that's
about.
what you talked about last time.
Yeah,
Or
Yep.
last the lake episode.
the lake. Land of Oz in North Carolina.
What?
A 16-acre Wizard of the Oz theme park. The Land of Oz was incredibly popular when it first opened in 1970. However, shortly after opening, interest began to decline and the park became almost completely deserted. Then in 1975, there was a fire which destroyed parts of the park, and the park was officially abandoned. Land of Oz still opens its gates a few days a year around Halloween for
Oh,
visitors to explore, for visitors brave enough to explore.
interesting.
This one is in Hungary, and I cannot pronounce it. Dunjabarski in Vidamapunk, Hungary. It
Okay.
opened in 1953 and was a communist-run theme park
Oh God.
offering free fun for all people. After surviving on funds from the Communist Party for 40 years, it was forced to shut its doors in 93 following the collapse of the Soviet Union. It's truly a ghostly sight and an interesting insight into entertainment under the Soviet regime.
Interesting.
This one is in Chernobyl, Ukraine.
Oh God.
So can you
I
guess
wonder
what
why
happened
that one shut
at
down.
Pripyat Amusement Park?
Yeah, I feel like I was gonna say that I thought there was one in like as part of Chernobyl that I've seen photos of.
Pripyat is the most famous abandoned amusement park in the world. The park was a new build due to open in 1986. However, a few days before the grand opening, catastrophic nuclear disaster
A few days
struck the
before?
Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The park was briefly accessible to locals, but they were forced to evacuate as reports of dangerously high levels of radiation in the area started to emerge, something habitants and authorities had been unaware of on the day of the nuclear incident. Today, the park remains untouched and unused rides are disintegrating or consumed with mold.
Ugh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What
The
terrible timing. Well, we said that about American Dream, the big like American Dream mall that is near us that has the amusement park, the indoor amusement park and water park that we were talking about, was being built pre-pandemic, and it was set to open like I think right during the at the end of the pandemic, and I was like, oh, terrible timing. But I think they're doing okay now.
Yeah, definitely.
I like it there.
It's very cool. Joyland Amusement Park in Kansas. It was once the largest amusement park in Kansas. After changing hands and falling into new ownership, the park fell into despair. The park ran for 55 years, closing in 2006. The demolition process began several years ago, and it still stands as a creepy destination with decaying rides and lost memories. If you're a big fan of abandoned theme parks, here's a good list for you to check out. Then we have Gulliver's Kingdom in Yamanashi, Japan. Gulliver's Kingdom was only in business for 4 years before being abandoned due to low visitor numbers. Today, the park is home to an enormous disintegrating Gulliver statue based on the novel Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. A chilling sight that represents the park's fall into disarray.
Oh.
And the last one we got here is Dunblobin Crinkly Bottom Theme Park in England.
Oh, I was like in Germany?
Dunblobin was created as part of Noel Edmonds' Crinkly Bottom Park, which was
sounds great.
Mr. Blobby theme.
What is happening?
I love this.
I feel like you're making this up.
I'm not making any of it up. Which was a Mr. Blobby themed amusement park based on the popular.
If there's any British people listening right now, they might be like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Blobby."
Mr. Blobby.
I've never heard of that.
This is based on the popular 90s television show character.
Okay.
The amusement park was abandoned and left to decay when the rest of the park was renovated and turned into a hotel. Today, there are rumors that the site is haunted, and ghost hunters often visit in hopes of catching something supernatural on tape. Mr. Blobby coming out.
Mr. Blobby.
Blobby. There you go.
I guess that never made it over to
There's your list
the
and your
States.
spooks.
I enjoyed it. Thank you. I want to know why that there's no value in an amusement park.
After
it shuts
I mean,
down?
it's probably because it's still owned. No, I don't know. I don't know why it's. No one
I mean, I
wants-
guess there's abandoned buildings
yeah,
and things.
It's just you got to destroy it all. What are you gonna build there, Mr. Blobby World?
Mr. Blobby. I
You
need
want
to
him
know
back?
why was he not brought to the States?
Mr. Blobby. Let's look at Mr. Blobby. real
Yeah, I
quick.
was gonna say, I'm picturing like a giant blue blob creature.
You're not too far off.
Really?
He is certainly
Is
creepy.
he blue?
Nope, he's pink. That's Mr. Blobby.
Oh my god.
For those of you listening, make sure you Google Mr. Blobby.
What? Why? People of
is-
England, why?
Extremely
Why
creepy.
is this a thing?
Oh, Mr.
He
Blobby.
looks so scary. I mean, to be fair, we had Ronald McDonald, which was also terrifying.
This
but, like,
thing is
he
much
looks kind
worse.
of like the Grimace.
He looks like
Like-
a nightmare. Talk about creepy. You could do a whole episode of Mr. Blobby. Wow. I'm glad I looked him up.
Learning about Mr. Blobby. There was a theme park around that guy.
You can tell why I didn't do so good. oh, Mr. Blobby.
They're like, people love this guy.
People love pink blobs.
People love him. They
He's
want to
like
go to a theme
He's
park
like
about
a
him.
pink blob guy with yellow dots and creepy big eyes.
I hope you all enjoy your amusement/theme park adventures this summer.
Yeah.
With all of our information now. Now you know that there's a difference between a theme park and amusement park. I did not know that.
Let us know your creepy amusement and theme park
Or let
stories.
us know any that we did not cover
Yeah.
that exist that we don't know about.
Do it now.
Especially if it's themed around something, I find that's even more interesting to me.
Yeah.
If they're like, yeah, I went to a theme park about pickles.
Pickle park.
I like a pickle park.
Pickle
Oh my God, we're going to make it. We got to take one of those abandoned areas.
There we go.
Paint everything green and only sell pickles. And all of the rides will have pickle shaped like vehicles that take you in the rides.
Alrighty.
And we'll have fried pickles and regular pickles and sour pickles. and
Sounds
sweet
like the birth of a
pickles.
genius idea.
Nobody better steal that. If somebody takes that
Blair,
idea,
edit this out so people don't take it.
if anybody takes my pickle theme park idea,
There's
Tell
definitely
me.
a pickle park.
tell me.
There's
There's
definitely,
not a pickle
there's
park.
definitely a pickle
There's
theme
no
park.
way there's a pickle park.
Pickle. Oops.
Theme park, you right? This does not exist. If this exists,
Pickle themed party.
theme. Oh my God.
Pickletopia in Dallas.
Pickletopia?
Yep.
All right, never mind. It does exist.
Or Pickles Park.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, there's a place called Pickles Park and Pickletopia.
All right, never mind.
Pickletopia. It has 8 reviews on TripAdvisor.
8 reviews?
I think it's just a bunch of barrels.
It's just a guy that on the side of the road that's selling
Come get my pickles. Come to
It's
Pickletopia. I'll give you a ride.
Oh my God.
I was going to say something.
Don't.
Nope.
Don't.
I'm not.
You can't make Pickle Park. People would ruin it with their dirty thoughts.
I was
and
ruining
words.
it right off the rip in my mind.
And remember,
Everything is creepy.
except for Pickle Park coming 2024
Pickle Park.
to a place near you, to an abandoned theme park
Coming to an abandoned theme park near you in the future will
next
be
year.
a pickle park. Brought to you by Lauren Zside.
Very on brand.
Bye.
Bye.